So you're looking for work, but you don't have any experience. Now, it's completely normal to question how you're supposed to land your first job when you haven't had a job before. Let's be honest, searching online for jobs is already incredibly overwhelming, especially when it's your first time. Where do you start? Well, that's why I'm here. I'm Shade, and coming up in this video, I'll equip you with the tips and tools right from Indeed's career coaches on how to find and land your very first job. I'll walk you through the 4 essential steps of getting a job, and if you stick around for our final bonus tip, I have got a great interviewing tactic that's gonna help you stay cool, calm, and collected under pressure. Let's get started. Step 1, focus on the assets that you do have. Applying for your first job may lead you to assume that you're a blank slate, but not so fast. You've actually racked up life experiences you may not even realize are relevant to employers. It's important to first identify and then showcase these skills. So let's break down how to do just that. No prior work history needed. Starting with life experience. So many job seekers feel that the only experiences worth mentioning are full-time paid opportunities. But that's definitely not always the case. Volunteer work, internships, and part-time jobs are all great additions to your resume. If you have any hobbies or extracurricular involvement, those could also show off certain qualities. Just be sure to show the employer how these experiences are useful to them by quantifying the details and the impact of your role. For example, you may want to mention the commitment, the time, and the effort each affiliation requires of you. Get creative and be ready to explain your value. If you're still here with us, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and of course, hit that notification bell so that you never miss our weekly career advice. Now it's time to consider what skills you can leverage in your application. So let's talk life skills. First, you'll want to identify your hard and soft skills. Hard skills require technical knowledge and are necessary for certain jobs. Employers want to know what hard skills you already have, so that they have a better idea of whether or not they'll have to invest in training, or if they'll need to outsource the work to someone with that technical know-how that's needed, which can be more expensive for the company. Now, don't worry, because we often have more hard skills than we realize, and identifying them is actually pretty simple. Here are some examples of hard skills. Software capability. Are you familiar with photo or video editing technology? Social media tools, Excel, proficient typing? If so, you have hard skills. Specialized knowledge. Consider any other unique learned capabilities that you have. Are you familiar with coding? How about graphic design? Even if you're in the early stages of acquiring these skills, they are still so useful. And if you're answering no to any of these questions, we can help you get started growing your skills in this video right here. Foreign language ability. Of course, full fluency is great, but even moderate conversational skills are worth mentioning. Soft skills are also so important to highlight when looking for your first job. Soft skills can be taught to the right candidates, so of course, employers often look for someone with a positive attitude and a willingness to learn. Great soft skills include problem solving, adaptability, teamwork, and integrity. Take your time considering your soft skills so that you'll be ready to give specific examples of when you demonstrated these skills. Now, let's move on to another asset you'll want to consider when job searching. Leverage your network. When I say network, I'm talking about the people around you that know what your strengths are and what you're really good at. Your network can play a critical role in landing a job in 2 major ways. First, could your network provide you with job opportunities or support your application? Consider your entire network, not just those who are closest to you. Now, while your parents or close friends may be more willing to vouch for you, it's really important to reach out to those who are in similar situations to you. Do you have a classmate or even an acquaintance with a job that you're interested in? Ask them to chat about it. They just may be able to recommend a similar position or endorse your application. But regardless, you are going to walk away learning something, and that's incredibly valuable. So take the time to hear about their experience and what they believe made them stand out when they applied for their role. And second, does your network offer something to the potential employer? Again, without prior job experience, it's easy to think that your network isn't necessarily professionally valuable, but certain employers could benefit from your connections. So let's say you're a high school student and you're currently looking for work as a tutor. You're likely able to offer a stream of potential clients to a tutoring company, and it's all thanks to your academic background. Or perhaps you're aiming to become a real estate agent. Find out what agencies operate in your town. Nobody knows your town better than you. So your social network acts as an opportunity to expand an employer's business. While these assets don't go on your resume, they are definitely worth mentioning in person as they can distinguish you from other candidates. Overall, it's important to understand that the way you frame and explain your unique combination of experiences, skills, and network is your personal offering. So it's definitely worthwhile to consider all of these assets and how they're preparing you for your first job. Step 3, identify target job opportunities. Start by seeking out roles that organically benefit from the skills and experiences you already have. Once you've landed one paid opportunity, it automatically becomes a lot easier to transition into other paid roles. And do not get discouraged if your ideal job requires skills outside your current skill set. Just make it a goal to acquire those necessary skills while you pursue other opportunities in the short term. And remember, it's always critical that any employer meets your needs as much as you meet theirs. And yes, all of this is a lot to consider as you job seek online because let's be honest here, guys, the internet is the internet. So there is a lot to look at and you're going to see a lot of opportunities that may just simply not be the right fit. So to help you get started job searching on Indeed, I've got a few guiding principles, and we've also got an entire video about job searching that's specific to new grads and students right here. But here are the quick hits. 1, enter strong search terms. A lot of people don't know this, but you don't actually have to put a specific job title in the what search box. It's okay if you're not 100% sure just yet. You can enter terms like entry level, first job, or even remote jobs. If you are sure, go ahead and get as specific as the exact job title or a specific company. And pro tip, if you're looking for a specific company or title that has more than one word, put quotation marks around the full phrase in order to see results that contain both instead of just one of the terms. 2, use filters to narrow your search. Once you start seeing results, don't hesitate to get even more specific about the types of roles you're looking for by getting into these filters. These are the little gray rectangles that you'll see below the what and where boxes, and they're designed to help you hone in on the specifics, like how far away you're willing to travel for work, experience level, and the type of job you're looking for, like full-time, part-time, or an internship. 3, leverage the advanced job search function. To really refine your preferences after you've made that initial search, look to the right of the blue Find Jobs button on your results page, and you should see Advanced Job Search in gray lettering. Once you click into this window, you'll be able to specify your preferences on things like benefits, scheduling, and even age requirements. Now that you're prepared for the online job search, let's move on. Create and tailor your application materials. Now, there is a lot to say about crafting resumes and writing cover letters. In fact, we recently made a video that walks you through the perfect resume format that you can check out in the description box below. But here are a few critical points about making application materials for the very first time. Follow an easy to read, simple, and consistent resume format. There's no need for photos, graphics, colors, or multiple font styles. And if this is your first job, stick to one page. Use bullet points to highlight your relevant experience. Start with a strong action verb, and the more you can use numbers and explain your impact, the better. Tailor your resume and cover letter to each job that you apply for. This is the most important tip to crafting a great resume. Tailoring your materials allows a recruiter to clearly see why you are a great candidate. And it allows for online applicant tracking systems or robotic resume reviewers to see that your resume aligns with what an employer wants. To tailor your resume, check out the requirements and skills in the job description of the role you're most interested in, and then use that employer's words in your own resume. If the employer describes a cover letter as, quote, optional, we recommend only submitting one if your past experience connects to the role. Otherwise, Always submit or exclude a cover letter as asked. Prepare to confidently interview. Just like writing a great resume, we have a lot to say about prepping for an interview, but here are the most essential tips. Conduct thorough research. Before any interview, review information about the company, the job description, and if available, check out your interviewer's professional profile. Try to get a picture of where the company is headed, how this role impacts business goals, and any commonalities between you and who you'll be speaking with. Be mindful of logistics. Prepare to dress professionally and to arrive early. That's important. Identify a calm, quiet space for remote interviews, and always bring copies of your resume to reference and, of course, distribute. Consider your answers to common interview questions such as, why do you want to work here? Why should we hire you? And what's your greatest strength? Remember that it's always wise to also have thoughtful questions to ask the employer. And if you are having any anxiety about a particular question, calm your nerves by practicing an answer that you feel really great about. And this leads us to our all-important bonus tip. Develop your personal pitch. If there is one question that you are guaranteed to encounter in an interview, it's the famous "tell me about yourself" question. It seems simple enough, sure, but the way that you respond is critical. It's your opportunity to demonstrate professionalism and to show the employer how they should view you. If you can knock this one out of the park, you can help yourself take control over the interview. Here are 3 ways to develop your personal pitch. 1, start by explaining your present. Where are you today? You don't need to state your name, but if you're a student, don't be afraid to start with the basics by mentioning your year, your major, or relevant extracurriculars. If possible, connect your academic background to the job that you are currently applying for. And then move on to your past. Now, don't just provide a timeline for how you got here. Instead, focus on your earliest professional ambitions for pursuing this opportunity. If you've ever had that moment that sparked your interest in this industry, share that right here. And 3, conclude with the future. Here's your opportunity to get strategic and align your personal goals with those of the company. Show that you have conducted the research and that you are specifically well-positioned to fill this role. Try to answer why you want this job. Now, if you find yourself struggling for a way to conclude the answer, and that's what brings me here today, as opposed to trailing off or simply saying something like, so yeah, that's me. By preparing an organized response that highlights your best attributes and allows for seamless transitions in the conversation, you have just demonstrated poise, professionalism, and control. For some great examples on how to answer the "tell me about yourself" question, check out the video in the description below. All right, guys, you got this. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to our channel right over here, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss our weekly career advice. And for even more from Indeed's career coaches, you can check out this playlist right over here. And for advanced interviewing tips, I recommend clicking this video right here. I'm Sinead. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.